And as always, we welcome in Dr. McKnight. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Doing great.
You're not even breathing heavily. That's good. Must be in good shape. And we talked this morning about something called, I think you called it polypharmacy. Am I using the right term?
Yeah, that's right. Polypharmacy. The definition is more than 5 prescription drugs is considered polypharmacy, and we need to be cautious when we're taking that many medications.
So the poly would indicate what?
Many.
Many.
Yes.
Okay. That like polytechnic is many.
Polygon, yes, many sides. So it's actually what I wanted to mention is just a quick review. That the first leading cause of death in the United States is heart disease, followed closely by cancer.
Yeah.
And then the third leading cause of heart disease or of death in the United States is medical care.
Really?
Now, you get this from a couple different reports. If you look at the National Vital Statistics report, they'll list it as lung disease. But there have been other reports and other studies that report healthcare as the third leading cause of death. Pretty interesting, because I think I've mentioned this before. These numbers where we look at why people die, they come from death certificates. And so you have physicians completing death certificates. And very rarely is a physician going to say medical care is a cause of death. Very rarely will they say a medication overdose unless it's an intentional overdose. But this is not uncommon to see somebody come in the emergency department in a cardiopulmonary arrest, and we never really figure out what happened. But often it has to do with drug interactions and this polypharmacy. And there are many medications that when mixed together, they can change the electrical conduction of the heart and can cause heart rhythm disturbances. It looks like they're having a heart attack, but it could be related to this polypharmacy or overuse of medication.
Well, there are supposed to be safety nets, your physician, your pharmacist, but if there are people who are wanting more medications because they think they need it or whatever, can they not go to a different doctor and a different pharmacy and maybe kind of get around that?
You can. But, the reality is medical providers are busy. They're managing complicated patients who are only in for a short visit, and they're in for 2 or 3 issues, and the provider is looking at potential serious problems like worsening diabetes, worsening emphysema, a pending heart attack, and they're talking about their back pain and their arm pain and their anxiety. And so it gets really difficult to balance all of that in a short office visit. And I just had the other day a pharmacy contacted me about a drug interaction that probably was not safe, and I had ordered a prescription for somebody to treat one condition and didn't see that she was on this other medication. So it's good that the pharmacies do that. And your pharmacist is an excellent resource to help you. Most of us are aware of the common interactions that can be lethal, and we need to be really careful, especially if you're on a blood thinner, particularly Coumadin. Boy, anytime somebody gives you an antibiotic, you need to be checking with the pharmacist or your provider to make sure it's not going to make you bleed even more easily, because this is actually a pretty common cause of death. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen quickly. Someone who's on a blood thinner and they fall because they're older and they're off balance. They hit their head and they bleed to death and they die within a day. It's a tragic, terrible thing. But you have to be really careful. If you're elderly, you're taking a blood thinner, we have to really have serious conversations. These blood thinners prevent heart attacks and strokes, but if you're off balance and you're falling, that's a lethal combination. And you're making difficult decisions. Well, you're starting to fall, your balance is off, you're not using your cane, I'm going to take you off your blood thinner, but you realize now your risk of stroke is going to go way up. But I can't have you hitting your head and bleeding. So it's not always as straightforward as we want it to be.
Right.
But there's many, many drug interactions, and that's why when you're on more than 4 or 5 medications, you really need to be questioning and having those conversations with your provider. What do I really have to have? And most of the time they're going to tell you, well, I've prescribed these all for a reason. You need to take them all. But the bottom line is a healthy lifestyle can reverse the common chronic conditions. It can make a huge dent in hypertension. It can, if you eat right and you have the right lifestyle, most people can either reverse their diabetes or get it to a very manageable level to control where there's maybe one medication. Acid reflux is another common one that everybody's taken something for that, but that can be reversed with the right dietary intake and other lifestyle changes. So the question at every visit when it's a chronic care follow-up is, how many of these medications can I get off of? If I change my lifestyle, which one would you take me off of? And I have this conversation frequently. And the answer most of the time is most of them, if not all of them. But people aren't willing to make those sacrifices. They're not willing to make those lifestyle changes, particularly diet. So you're left with polypharmacy. You're left with, I've got nausea. Well, you've got nausea because you're taking this medicine and this medicine. Don't ask me to prescribe you something for nausea because that's going to make you sedated and cause another problem. So people need to understand that, but it's a real challenge for us all. And one of the things we talk about in Fit for Life is that every prescription medicine has an impact on your nutritional status. People don't realize that. Many of these medications will cause nutritional deficiencies, and if we're not measuring those and aware of those, we're making their overall health worse because we're causing nutritional deficiencies. I've got a long list of medications that cause these deficiencies. Some of the most common deficiencies are magnesium, folic acid, B12, vitamin D. CoQ10 is a really common deficiency in people who take cholesterol medicines. I mean, it should be every cholesterol medicine you should be taking CoQ10. So it's not without a price to be paid when you're taking a prescription medicine.
Should there be like a yellow flag if you're on 4 prescriptions and a red one if you're on 5, just to say, hey, you got to check this now?
There should be. Yes, there should be. And unfortunately, there's not. And when I see patients who have come from the nursing home into the hospital and we're taking care of them, I kid you not, they will be on 15, 20 different medicines. 15 of them are prescribed and another 5 are as needed. But it's terrible. I mean, these people can't think, they can't function, they can't walk, and you start taking away medication, they start feeling better, and you don't know really what was this medication prescribed for? What were you trying to accomplish? Well, they were irritable and up wandering the halls at night, so I gave them this. Well, that caused them to be sleeping all the time and to be constipated. Now you have to give them a laxative, and now there's intermittent diarrhea, and now they've got a rash on their buttocks because of the chronic diarrhea. Now you're using something there, and it goes on and on and on and on. And there is this mindset in America that when we have a symptom, there's a pill for it. But there's also a price for that. There's not only a price medically and nutrition-wise, but there's a heavy price monetarily. And sometimes people can't afford these medications. Since this new administration, the new presidency's come in, the price of insulin and diabetic medicines has shot back up. Trump had those prices reduced. So now people are saying, well, I'm not going to take that and that and that. I can't afford it. I just can't afford it. And sometimes they'll just stop taking everything. We've had people in the hospital recently who just said, I can't afford this. I'm confused. They told me to stop this, but I didn't know which one they meant. So I stopped them all, and now there's issues and they're back in the hospital. Yeah. So it's a real problem. But I think it's the mindset that our body requires foreign chemicals to heal itself and to manage conditions, and that's not the case. We really have to change that narrative. We have to help people, empower people with information that allows them to make those choices. Am I going to live this way, or am I going to take control? We have several people, graduates from Fit for Life, who make a great visual demonstration. They have a bag full of 10 different prescription medicines they're taking. This is what I used to take, and then the next bag is, this is what I take now for my health, and it's a bag of vegetables, mixed vegetables. And literally, changing your diet can help you peel away 1, 2, 3, 4 these prescription medications. It's amazing. It's not that broccoli and cauliflower taste great. You think of it as medicine that's cheap, but medicine that works.
I was going to say, that head of broccoli is a lot cheaper than that bottle of pills.
Absolutely. Yeah, but some people just say, I can't live that way. Well, then you're making a choice to live the other way.
Right. Well, at least know you have healthy options.
You should always have options, and I think the role of a physician is to be an educator. And we're not dictating, we're educating. Here's your choices. If you choose this lifestyle, then this is the route we have to go. But once people are empowered and they understand why, I think it really helps to motivate them to make those changes.
Well, that's why we have you come in here to educate us. Once a week is maybe not enough, but maybe that's all my head can, be full
Well,
of.
no, I appreciate being able to do it because I, as you know, I'm pretty passionate about this.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I remained in healthcare. The first couple of years in family medicine, I was burning out quickly with this sea of disease and helplessness and hopelessness in patients. And I thought, I can't do this. This is depressing. Nobody's getting better. And that was why we developed Fit for Life, to empower people and educate them on how to heal. And so that's been the message for the last almost 20 years now. And it's fun to see these changes in people.
Yeah, it's great to be going in the right direction.
I hope so.
Hey, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
We'll find something next week that we need to learn about, all right?
Okay, great.
That's Dr. Tim McKnight here as we talk with the doc on our 830 High Beam. And this morning's Talk with the Doc has been brought to you by Mako's Pharmacy